Alright, what's going on everyone? Been a while since I've done a Kamado Joe video, so we're going to do one here for you today. We're going to make at-home Qdoba.
Yeah, and we're making the greatest thing ever.
Alright, you've heard it right here. We're making the greatest thing ever. So what we're going to need to do basically our marinade is going to be a 1 teaspoon and a 1 tablespoon measuring spoon. You need a 1 whole orange. You need some extra virgin olive oil, some salt and pepper, oregano, ground cumin, garlic, and optionally some cayenne pepper. So we are going to go ahead and mix these all together in this measuring cup before we put it in our bag, and then we'll put our chicken in right after. So let's get started in making the marinade. Alright, we're going to begin with the extra virgin olive oil. You're going to use 4 tablespoons and put that into your measuring cup. Alright, so here we go.
1 tablespoon?
1 tablespoon.
2 tablespoons.
2 tablespoons.
5 tablespoons.
3 tablespoons.
7.
4 tablespoons. Okay, go ahead and dump that all in there, and then we'll move on to the next ingredient. Alright, next up is going to be 4 teaspoons of cumin, oregano, and kosher salt. So here we go. 1. 2. Hold on. 3. Wait a minute. 4. And then a little pinch for that kind of missed second teaspoon. Alright, now we're going to go ahead and hit up our oregano leaves next. We're going to do 4 teaspoons of this as well. Hold on. 1. 2. 3. And 4. Perfect. Okay, and then our salt. Go ahead and, yeah, we can just do that, why not? 1, 2, 3, and there's something in there, 4. All right, good deal. Now, those are finished. Now we need to move on to our pepper, and pepper is to taste. So I just have a grinder here, and I just like to go ahead and give some fresh grounds of pepper in there. To taste. Sometimes I'll go about 2 teaspoons, maybe a little bit more, depending on how peppery I want to go. Right, so since grinding the pepper is a 2-hand job here, my helper is putting the pepper in. I've already put some in there, and we are we are actually ready for the orange next. So go ahead and keep grinding the pepper in there, my helper. And we will start to get ready to juice the orange.
Okay, we're done?
Okay, for the orange, I'm just going to use my OXO juicer here. I love this thing. Check it out. There's a link to this in the video description below. But basically, there's 2 different sizes here for smaller things, maybe like lemons and limes. And the other side for larger pieces of fruit, like an orange. So we're going to go ahead and put this together, and we will juice our orange up.
It's time to do orange.
It is time to do the orange, and we are going to use my favorite knife here. I love this thing.
Did I touch this before? I touched that before.
You've used it,
And I never hurt myself. I did it myself before.
That's great. Awesome.
I cut it myself before.
Okay, so here's our orange. We're just going to go ahead and slice it right down the middle.
I want to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know how to cut it.
Okay.
I know how to cut it.
There we go. And
just like that.
Just like that.
And then now we're going to juice.
Now we're going to juice. That's right.
Can I do it?
Here we go. You do the next slice. So we're going to push it in here, and we're just going to go ahead and get all of that orange juice freshly squeezed out of here. We're going to twist it a little bit. Yeah, this is a good project. It's easy. Your kids can help. There's really nothing to it, and man, you'll see the chicken when I get it on the grill, but it's really good. All right, it's kind of stuck in there a little bit, so go ahead. Good. Push it down on there. There you go.
And it's juicy.
Perfect.
Guys, and that's juicy.
You're doing a great job. Wonderful. Okay. Let's see how much juice we got out of it. My helper is going to pour in the orange juice, but just to show you how much we yielded from one orange, I'm going to lift this out and lift it up.
And to pour it out.
Yeah, there you go. Go ahead. Yum. Good job. Okay.
This is gonna be yummy when you make this. That's what it looks like right now.
Perfect.
Right now, that's what it looks like.
We're mixing in everything. I like to add cayenne pepper because I do enjoy a little bit of extra heat. I don't think this is an ingredient that Qdoba uses, but I like it, so I add in about 1/4 of a teaspoon. So Harper has it here. Why don't you hold that one over the cutting board? There you go. And then that way we don't overdo it. Okay, go ahead and pop that in there. Perfect. Looks good. Okay, and now we're gonna add our garlic and then stir it up.
My favorite garlic that I like to eat.
Okay, you heard it here. Kid approved. Spice World minced garlic. It's a favorite.
I'm gonna do it.
Grab your teaspoon, and we're gonna do 6 of these. So go ahead and hold it, scoop out 6 scoops, and put it in. 1. We like garlic over here, don't we? So we're not shy to use it. 2.
That's
Good job. 3.
3.
4.
4.
Maybe 1 more.
1 more.
5. Go ahead, tap it on there. All right.
Okay, I think we got all that.
How does that look? Okay, yeah, that looks awesome. All right, go ahead and stir it up.
Stir it up. With
Stir it
what?
up. You can use one of those measuring spoons.
Okay.
Any one you want.
Anyone?
Mm-hmm. Mix that up. It smells good. Now, one thing we didn't add in here would be some paprika, which would give it that nice reddish, orangish color. And maybe we'll actually go ahead and add some in after we get this stirred up.
Okay, just sit down there.
Yeah, you keep stirring. I'll go look for the paprika.
Okay.
We're going to add in a little bit of smoked paprika here, just to give it some of that orangish, reddish color. I've already added in a little bit here. We're going to go ahead and pop in just a little bit more for video demonstration purposes.
And now we're going to mix it.
And now we're going to mix it. And boom, look at that. Gives that a nice mahogany color. I like that. Then use of the smoky paprika will definitely give it a bit of a hint of smokiness. All right, cool. So she's going to continue to mix that, and I'm going to go grab the chicken.
Yep. So we're going to sit you down, guys.
I've got my chicken breasts in a Gladlock bag.
Guys, look how this looks, guys.
Take a look. Doing wonderful. My helper is going to go ahead and dump the marinade into the bag. All right, let's do it.
I have to do 1 scoop at a time.
No, that'll take forever. Just dump the whole thing in there.
Okay.
Perfect. Keep it in there. There you go. Keep it. Nice. Okay. Great. Now we have our marinade in the bag. We're going to zip this up.
And then we're going
and mix it in nice and good, and then we're going to put it in the fridge and probably let it marinate for a good 4 hours or so.
Okay, guys. That my daddy already cleans it. Now we just have to...
So I'm going to wipe off the inner part of the bag here just to clean up any kind of marinade that I got on the outside of the bag. I'm just going to take our bag here and we're going to
Let's shake.
Zip this up just a little bit. Squeeze out any remaining air. Okay.
And we're gonna shake it.
I'm just gonna move the marinade around inside. Squeeze it around a little bit. Shake it like my helper says.
Okay, stop for a minute.
Okay, there we go. Now we're gonna pop this in the fridge and let it marinate.
Yep, I'm gonna watch you put it in
Oh, okay.
here.
I'm gonna put it on a plate.
And then just putting this in. Please have the plate.
Their coffee.
Now it's on. You have to do something. You have to do something before we close it.
Okay. Just make sure we're all sealed up there.
We are just trying to make it sealed up.
There we go.
Now we're gonna put it in the
Fridge.
fridge.
And we'll set it right up here. All right, guys, it's time to prep the grill.
I'll probably go to church today. Maybe tomorrow if I don't have to go when they have school.
All right, guys, the reason I'm using the chimney here is because I want to have a nice even spread of lit charcoal at the base of the fire pit, because I have 3 relatively large breasts of chicken, and I don't want to have any kind of cold spots and hot spots on the grill. I'd just rather have a nice even heat distribution throughout. So that's what I'm aiming for here, and the chimney just allows me to get a bunch of charcoal en masse lit up at one time. So I'm gonna let this heat up through, and then we'll dump it out here when it's ready. Okay, we're back inside for the at-home Qdoba bowl. I usually use jasmine rice, but it's been hard to come by in the grocery stores. So I'm gonna do some long grain brown rice today, and we're going to do that in the Instapot. Using the Instapot makes for cooking rice very easy, and you can cook it in about half the time required for brown rice. So it's really nice and convenient, and less mess, really, in my opinion, for cleanup later. So we're gonna do 1 cup of water in the Instapot, followed by 1 cup of brown rice. And then we're going to do that for 20 minutes on high pressure. And you'll see how well the rice turns out. So let's go ahead and fill her up. All right, we're going to make sure that our venting position is all the way closed. And then we're going to do a pressure cook, and we're going to set it for 20 minutes. All right, we're just going to let that roll. We're going to go back out to the grill and spread out our charcoal. Okay, it looks like our charcoal is nice and hot. Throw on my mitt here, and we're gonna empty this out. Before I do, actually, let me go ahead and see if I can show you how much heated through that got pretty quickly in the chimney, and maybe even down here below. You can see it glowing down inside there as well. So we got a little bit deep in the chamber, which indicates to me that I think we're ready to go ahead and dump the charcoal and spread it out. Go. Pop on our grates. Okay, here's our chicken. Been marinating now for 4 hours or so. So looking really good. You can see all that garlic in there. Nice orange color. Let's go ahead and get it on the grill now. Yeah. And then, yeah, cook it for a little bit. So garlic and, yeah. Salt, pepper, and cumin, and then some freshly squeezed orange. Olive oil, salt and pepper, garlic. Yeah. Okay. All right. Nice. Yeah. Uh-huh. Good. That's awesome. Yes, yeah. I want some of this. Lift it up and kind of get a look at what's going on underneath here. Look at that. That looks great. Good color. So we're going to let it sit for a little bit longer here. I love cooking directly over the coals. Let's maybe go ahead and give this a flip here. And we're going to lose some garlic there. That maybe. Get some nice char marks on our chicken. Looking really good here. Okay, we're going to let this sit for a few minutes. We'll be back to check on it here in just a little bit. Pretty good, guys. Let's get this at 90 degrees. Oh, look at that crust on there. Fantastic. Okay, let's go check on our rice, see how that's coming along, and we'll start to get our pinto and black beans out and cans open and maybe on the stove. All right, I think it's time to go ahead and pull the chicken off. We're gonna check the side there. We've got a nice char on both sides. Chicken's looking really good. Our garlic isn't burned up. Look at that, yeah. Go ahead and set that on our plate here. Take a look at this side. Okay. Fire's hot. It's looking great, guys. Let's go ahead and take that in. Okay, our rice is ready. Let's quick release. Let that go. While that's releasing pressure, we will get a bit of a flame going on that. And then we're gonna put in our pinto beans. Followed by our black beans. Order in particular, of course. We'll stir this all in together and we'll let it simmer. Okay. Let's go check on our rice. Pressure's fully released. Let's take the lid off. And boom. The rice looks pretty good. Let's fluff it up with a fork. Okay, our chicken is resting. We have gotten out our sour cream and salsa verde. And I tried to get some queso cheese at the grocery store, but believe it or not, just as they're out of jasmine rice, they're out of that type of cheese as well. So we're gonna have to make do with what we have here at the house. Not quite the same, but it'll do just fine. Got some pepper jack and some mild cheddar. So we're gonna work with that. And then we've got our pinto beans and black beans here, just waiting for them to start to come to life. Can start to see some bubblings and wisps of smoke coming up, or steam rather. So it's getting there. Getting close. The rice has turned out great. And once our chicken has had a couple more minutes to rest, we'll go ahead and start slicing into it. Okay, I moved this chicken over here to a cutting board. We're just going to go ahead and get to slicing into this, cutting it up. There we go. Look at that. It's really nice and juicy, cooked all the way through. Nice and tender. So we're going to go ahead and cut ourselves some slices long ways here, and then we'll cut it into chunks. And we're going to go ahead and try this one. Yeah, that is phenomenal. Love it. That is really good. You can taste the saltiness, the cumin really comes through for sure. And you can taste the oregano mixture that plays off really nicely with the cumin. It's just such a good combination. And then of course the citrus from the orange just really brings that all together. Just gives it such great flavor. And then, like I said, I added in the cayenne pepper. And that was just, that nice little heat adds so much to it. Love it. Hi.
I feel that from times inside.
Okay.
Oh, what does it smell like?
Qdoba. I keep eating this, I'm not going to be hungry anymore. Okay, we're ready to eat, so I'm going to go ahead, grab a spoon, put some rice in here. Get a scoop, and here you can see how well this rice is cooked. It's still hot, nice and warm. Instapot just makes it so easy to do. Just put a little bit of rice down here in the bottom. And then, our beans are ready. They're hot. So I'm going to go ahead and move this spoon out of the way. And then use a slotted spoon to drain some of the liquid there. Layer
Yeah,
that
it's really
in.
nice. Sophia's the sweetest.
Okay.
Yeah, you guys are sweet.
We move over here.
She's her.
We're gonna put our chicken in.
Dad, look what I got.
What did you get?
Sophia.
Oh, nice.
Another dog.
Actually, it's
She gave some dad. That's
Mhm.
candy for me? Which one candy?
It sure is. Okay. And now we're going to add in some of our cheese and other stuff, other toppings. All right, and here's this. And my kids are coming in the house. They're all hungry, ready to eat. And let's see here, the salsa verde. This is one of my favorites. I just dump it right out of the jar. I just go ahead and be nice and generous. I like it. And we're gonna squeeze in some sour cream. Whoop. Sour cream brings it all together. Don't have any guacamole, unfortunately.
You do some drink. It sounds frothy.
No, okay. And then, I don't know, I'm the mild cheddar kind of guy, so. Let's just do it. Okay. There you go. At home Qdoba. Enjoy. Let me know if you give it a try and if you like it. I'd appreciate any comments or any suggestions you may have on my cooking methods and or marinade. So if you guys have any questions, comments, leave them down below. I'd appreciate it if you gave me a thumbs up. And if you would consider subscribing to my channel, I would very much appreciate that as well. Thank you for watching.